is now a contribution, a commitment amount we put into the STUSO, because at the end of the day, it's our own students that benefit. And I must say that the SWAF was not paying entirely all the fees of the students. It's a cushioning in terms of fee payment. But the scholarship pays entirely your fees, except for the fee-paying students and those who are reading optometry, medicine, law, that they give them a substantive amount of their school fees. So now SRC's support in terms of school fees is now in the STUSO. Okay. That is why we encourage our students to patronize it, because it is made for them. So that is why we don't have the SWAF anymore.
And the SERF anymore.
Yeah. So the SERF is what we have reintroduced. Along the line, leadership came, leadership went, but we couldn't see it materialize. So we have to reintroduce it in our administration, because we believe that the mandate of the SWAF can never be taken out of the domain of students. So long as we have students and we have economical classes, we must have that cushioning and that reservation for students. And then we have to make the move, the follow-up to the directorate, so that any office that can help get a result entered manually for you, they do it for you. So that is what currently, what they call, we tell them that this is what we can do. For registration, if I am to explain why it cannot be open again, they will appreciate it, but it will take time. So around registration, we moved from 70 to 50, and when registration was closed, we still went ahead to do that. We realized that the last registration opening, the students can attest to it, that we had, the Student Representative Council, the Google Docs we circulated, we had about 1,024 people that the portals would have been open for them. But registrar thought it to be prudent that let's open it for everyone, so that those who want to drop an ad can do that. And that lobbying or appeal yielded results. So we going back to open it again will mean that the lecturers will have to be given a new set of data for entry. Where maybe in a class, the lecturer might be having only 3 people not being able to register. It will mean that that lecturer with the database, the new database he or she is going to be given, will have to go back and extract all the data he or she has entered into the old format he or she has been given, which is going to be quite cumbersome on them, because we know some of our lecturers have other official duties they perform in the university. So when in terms of registration, that is how far as SRC we have gone for our colleagues who had issues with registration here and there.
And you mentioned that for some it is their own doings, that maybe they have ICs which for that reason they are unable to register and all that. What about the payments of fees? Do you still have some students who are unable to register because they are unable to pay their fees?
Oh, I must say that I didn't say it's their own reason or it's their own fault. We understand the economical challenges a lot of us are going through. But what I was trying to say is it is either a coincidence that particular thing happened to them. Some of them, they have genuine reason. Some of them do not have smartphone. And so for that matter, when we circulate information, they don't get it. Some of them to ICs that need to be resolved. But time, they couldn't resolve the ICs. And it's affecting them.
I see. And so let's look at, apart from the scholarship the university offers to some of the students, and also the student loan trust that some of the students who are in need of finance can go in for to help them pay their fees and all that. Are there any other forms of financial support that the SRC provides to students who are in need of money to pay their fees and cater for themselves?
Yeah, so Dominic, let me kindly take my colleagues back. We used to have the SWAF, which is in terms of helping students pay fees. But gradually, as the new development comes, the university established the STUFSO, which is basically for students.
So it used to be the SWAF and SERF.
SWAF and SERF.
The Students Emergency Relief Fund.
Relief Fund, which is for fees, and then Welfare Fund, which is for upkeep. We used to have those schemes until the university intend to have internal scholarship being awarded to students. And this internal scholarship, the STUFSO, SRC is part of the leading contributors to that particular scholarship. So the idea came that, well, why don't we consolidate and run a scholarship that will be under a supervision of university management? And there is not even directly under the university management. If I say they have a secretariat that deals with it. So that fund that we used to give to students.
He promised me that you're going to be seeing the shuttles at UCC, but up to now the shuttles doesn't come. One thing also is that sometimes some students complain that they will board the shuttle from outside and in the mind of going to, let's say, Shatawali, and then they have to alight, the shuttle alight them at the shuttle station. They have to walk from the shuttle station to Shatawali. So it's like there is no any route that the shuttle will go from the shuttle station to Shatawali. So they have to walk. Students in the diaspora and all that, and the increments of the shuttle fares and all that. So let's talk about the shuttle system on campus.
Yeah, so for the shuttle system, I must say that I appreciate your question. In terms of where the shuttle ply, is something in every meeting we've gotten the opportunity to speak to students. We tell them that this Ayalolo people on campus are here for us. The main reason university management signed an MOU, which is renewable with them, is because they wanted to give that comfortability to students to move about. The shuttle used to ply the new site, the Varco, the Casford routes, the old sites, the SRC sector. But they are running a business, and for that matter, when they go, they expect that students are going to patronize, because no businessman will want to run a business and make losses. And for that matter, they were looking at the level of patronage at every sector. The Valco and Chroma people can attest to the fact that when the buses come, they don't board it. To them, it's much convenient for them to walk from Valco, KNH, Casford to campus, because most of the lecture activity happens on the new site. So it's much convenient to them to walk over there. And we have told them time and again that, colleagues, if we bring the shuttle to diaspora, we bring the shuttle to new sites, and you are going to assure your leaders, the executives, that you are going to patronize, it is just a dialogue. There's nothing beyond dialogue. They are working for us, they are serving us. We can give them our taste and preferences. So if there is anything we feel we can do, when we, the leaders, we get to know, we can go into dialogue. And Ayalolo is always ready for us to have a dialogue on how we can make things better in terms of transport.
Don't you think the fare from KNH or from the fare from new site to the shuttle station is also a reason why they are not boarding there. They are not patronizing the buses, because from Vaco to shuttle station, it's not the same from SRC to shuttle station. and it's not the same from both sides shuttle station. But this is a case whereby the fare is the same for all these places on campus.
Yeah.
And so, don't you think the fare involved is the reason why? Because like I'm being cheated. Someone will come from there all the way from SRC to shuttle station and pay the same fare I'm paying from just here to shuttle station.
You see, so it's a flat rate being given to them. As the little knowledge I have in finance, accounts here and there, you realize that it's a flat rate. When they are moving from long distances, they don't charge high. And when they are moving from short distances they don't charge lower. The point is, it is a fixed price that we believe that every student should be able to afford. But you know, the notion that the Ayalolo people are cheating students is something that I believe that it's high time students let go of that idea. Because you have a colleague at Old Site who is coming to New Site. You know the distances are not the same. But in a case where we intend to have a varied price for vacuum, then that means those who also coming from longer distances will have to pay higher, which may not help. So if we get a flat rate, and then every point, no matter the distance,